Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
NDSU is going to be open as normal or close to normal as any university in the nation, and that's a pretty extraordinary accomplishment.
North Dakota State University announced today that it will be holding in-person classes in the fall. Valley News Team's Alexandra Kay caught up with those most impacted and explains what students and staff can expect come August.
Allison Woletsky and her family took the day to visit her future school, North Dakota State University. Woletsky says after her senior year of high school, hearing that NDSU will have in-person classes was welcomed news.
Being able to come here in the fall is huge, and it kind of puts our lives back to normal.
She says she's eager to come to campus, and she's not the only one feeling this way. Grace Lang will be a junior in the fall. Since distance learning began, she says she hasn't had an easy time.
I think a lot of people definitely didn't try as hard as they need to, and I didn't learn one thing. I can tell you I didn't learn one thing from doing distance learning.
Lang says that having the one-to-one interaction with students and staff is crucial to her, and she wants to come back to campus, a consensus that's been echoed by many.
As our students hated not being together. They want to be together in the classroom. They want to be together with that faculty member in the classroom.
Woletsky and Lang, along with the roughly 15,000 other students, will have the option to come back to NDSU for in-person classes. The decision comes after NDSU received a $20 million federal grant to help with COVID-19 planning. The school will employ a high-flex education model. This means that those who want to attend classes in person can, and those who are at risk or fall ill can learn remotely.
It's just a completely interactive, synchronous system, so that if somebody's not in the setting, they can feel like they're in the setting, they can participate as if they're in the setting.
NDSU students and staff will be required to wear face masks, and those in classes will be socially distanced. For those eager to get back to campus, this approach is welcomed.
It made me really excited that I committed to going to NDSU, because you see how committed they are to getting you ready for your future and the career that you want to be in.
In Fargo, Alexandra Kay, Valley News Live.
NDSU has taken safety measures like wiping down commonly used items like tables and are even making their own plastic dividers. Freshmen will be able to live in the dorms. They are just asked to wear masks when in close proximity to others. And when it comes to Bison football, NDSU President Brashani said that the athletic program has a safety protocol in place, adding that he hopes there will be Bison football in the fall. Power has been restored to a Fargo neighborhood after a downed power line left them in the dark earlier this evening. It happened near 7th Avenue South and University. Traffic was redirected for a short time. XL Energy reported 169 customers were affected. This is what held up some of you from getting home earlier this evening. This pileup brought traffic to a halt along Interstate 29 just before 32nd Avenue's exit. It happened around 6. No one was hurt. The cars involved were towed, and traffic was back to normal about a half hour later. North Dakotans are being targeted by COVID-19 related scams and are losing a lot of money. The Federal Trade Commission ranks North Dakota 3rd among all 50 states for the median fraud loss due to COVID-19 scams. On average, North Dakotans have lost $538. Nationwide, that number is $283. People are being scammed when buying masks, hand sanitizers, and homemade testing kits where they are not sent to.
There are no COVID-19 cures, or medicines, etc. The FDA has not authorized any home test kits.
Another type of fraud you should be on the lookout for is the contact tracing scam. A contact tracer will call everyone a person who tested positive for COVID-19 came in contact with, but they'll never ask for money. North Dakota state lawmakers have approved more than $400 million in pandemic response funds, but not before questioning how that money should be used. After the CARES Act passed, states were given room on how to use the money, but it had to apply to fighting COVID-19. North Dakota allocated another chunk of the $1.25 billion it was given. How that money is used during the pandemic will likely shape how the state functions long after. Some agencies are using their funds to install no-contact technology and improve telehealth services. Others are trying to stock up on PPE and other health equipment, but the demand has pitted agencies against each other.
There probably has been some competition where individual agency procurement officers are trying to buy and competing against other agencies that are also trying to buy those things.
There's still more than $300 million left to allocate, and lawmakers will be meeting again in the coming months for that final round. Minnesota is reporting 365 new cases linked to COVID-19. Officials say the active case count is at 2,863. 9 more deaths are reported, bringing the death toll to 1,406. And of those deaths, 1,107 happened in a long-term care facility. 29,854 people are listed as being recovered. North Dakota has reported 32 new cases of COVID-19 across the state. That brings the active case count to 251. 7 new cases are in Cass County, 7 in Grand Forks County. 3,064 people are listed as recovered, and the death toll remains at 78. A mass testing event at the Fargo Dome was cut short today due to a shortage in prepared testing kits. The testing site was supposed to be open from 10 in the morning until 6 tonight, but all 800 tests were gone by about 2 in the afternoon. Testing is scheduled to start again tomorrow morning at 10. The outdoor drive-up testing will be held at the west parking lot of the Fargo Dome until 6 tomorrow night. How safe do you feel in your home when it comes to COVID-19? Beyond washing hands and wearing masks, air disinfection could be another strategy to prevent the spread of the virus. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie explains.
You know the routine: social distancing, wash your hands, clean your counters, and wear a mask. All things to prevent COVID-19. Now, some are using air purifiers to do the same.
In the last few months, it's really picked up because of the COVID.
Health officials say the virus can linger in the air for hours, and in enclosed spaces, it can be dangerous, even if we are 6 feet apart.
They're famous for killing viruses, molds, mildews. They help asthmatic people.
What it does is it's supposed to, help clean the air and the surfaces and that sort of thing. And it helps keep people from getting sick and passing it on to another one.
Though these filters kill airborne coronavirus, health officials say they're ineffective if people come into close contact with one another.
If a person, is right next to you and they cough, that ain't gonna, stop you from getting COVID.
Environmental scientist Justin Otto says there's still a lot of research to be done, but that these filters can be another line of defense, saying it'll make your home or workplace safer since the virus won't recirculate through the air. One more thing.
We have really clean outdoor air in North Dakota. We have a lower population, which is a good thing with dealing with COVID.
Otto says if you're in a rural area, opening your windows once in a while can have a similar effect. In West Fargo, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
The people we talked to say the purifiers can range between $800 and $900. Day one for the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks looked different from years prior as the team started things off with a walk to the Fargo Dome for COVID-19 testing. All players and coaches were tested as a precaution ahead of the truncated 60-game season set to start a week from tomorrow. Testing took about 15 minutes for the entire team, and afterwards they held a socially distanced practice and will continue to do so until the results of their testing are in.
It's for the safety of not only myself, but for everybody, really, and we obviously all want to try and make this thing happen, so we understand that, that's a big deal, to keep everybody healthy. Otherwise, this thing won't work.
Lots of other leagues, they're not fortunate enough to be out here playing, so hopefully we can be a model for them on how their league can run in the future.
Players said that the testing added peace of mind as they joined teammates from all over the country on the field in Fargo today. The American Association season opens Friday, July 3rd. The Redhawks will host Winnipeg. That's a 7:02 first pitch.